You'll have to forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
Erstmal kurz nachfüllen. Ach stimmt, wir müssen hier gar nicht so hier hoch. Können wir auch so machen, aber ich habe noch eine Manuskriptseite gesehen. Die will ich noch haben. Die ist dann wahrscheinlich draußen. Vermute ich mal. Und es macht Klick.
Don't start it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Na gut, dann tun wir ihr doch mal den Gefallen. Ich finde diesen Aufzug immer noch unnötig. Aber es ist ja... war ja nicht mein Plan, das Ding so zu bauen.
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not déjà vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I. But I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
Und auf einmal ist nicht mehr Dr. Meadows der Dominante, sondern Alan
I
Wake.
realize that you have trouble believing
Der Dominante,
this.
die Dominante.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
Ja, irgendwo kann ich das verstehen. Die Dr. Meadows denkt schon ein bisschen, dass sie verrückt ist. Und ganz ehrlich, ich glaube, ich würde genauso reagieren. Die Sternwarte, die kennen wir ja schon. Jetzt haben wir hoffentlich nicht zu viel Zeit damit vertrödelt, mit Dr. Meadows zu sprechen, weil wir wollen ja auch, nein, was war das? Wir müssen ja noch die Kühlkreisläufe sichern. Es passiert wieder mal so viel und ich kann das gar nicht alles aufnehmen. Vielen Dank. Die primären Rohre sichern. Und hier war irgendwo doch noch eine Manuskriptseite. Vielleicht ist die doch drin. Ich bin einfach nur zu doof, sie zu finden. Ich glaube tatsächlich, dass die drin ist. Was haben wir denn hier? Eine Waffenkiste. Na nu, wie viel Manuskriptseiten haben wir denn? Nein, das war falsch. 10 von 16. Also 14. 28. Ne, da sind wir noch ein bisschen weiter entfernt. Aber dafür finden wir noch eine. Hier. Mal schauen.
The Taken may well be the tool the darkness favors over any other. At some point, they used to be human, but whatever humanity they once had is long gone. Now they're just shells covered and filled by darkness. The Taken Mr. throws at me are more grotesque and varied than the ones I first encountered in Bright Falls. But I know how to deal with them. I'd be lying if I said they don't frighten me. But I've survived worse. I can't let them stop me.
Irgendwie, ich weiß nicht, wie es euch geht, aber die Manuskriptseiten im alten Teil haben mich mehr berührt. Okay. Irgendwie muss ich jetzt nochmal im Kreis laufen, oder? Irgendwas habe ich falsch gemacht. Ah ja, ich muss da abbiegen. Ich habe jetzt mal eine unnötige Runde gedreht. Auch hier blitzt wieder mal alles. Ich hatte auch so ein bisschen um die Minimap immer im Auge, weil man verpasst hier so leicht etwas. Ach, da waren wir doch schon mal. Oh la la. Also es wären schon mehr. Und da waren wir doch gerade eben schon drin. Ich habe mich... Eigentlich wollte ich... Ach so. Ah. Ich habe die vorhin doch noch angeguckt. Oh oh. Was machen die mit dem Auto?
I guess they didn't like that.
Lebt das Ding noch? Nö. Yep, die Dunkelheit hat es echt endgültig genug für uns. Wow. Jetzt wird das Spiel auch schwerer. Oh oh. Wie wrong way. Also jetzt war ich gerade ein bisschen überfordert. Das Ding lebt nicht. Rüst mal lieber mal das Ding auf. Aus. Dann versuchen wir doch mal andere Wege zu laufen. Huch. Aua. War das mal ein Generator? Ich habe jetzt nicht... so ein Ding verschwendet. Würde ich nämlich nur ungern machen. Wir laufen mal andersrum. Außerdem habe ich da doch, ich wusste es doch. Ah, dass es noch eine Manuskriptseite gibt. How wrong way. Ah, da muss ich hoch. Achso, so viel zum Thema Heilen. Habe ich mir doch gedacht, dass ich jemanden von hinten gehört habe. Oh. Hat sich einer aber eingesetzt für seinen Kameraden. Was das? Da können wir ja einen Blick auf die Manuskriptseite
After my
werfen.
disappearance, they thought I was dead. I might as well have been. I know it's been 2 years. I know Alice has moved on. I've tried to find a way back to her, back to my life, but escaping the dark place is almost impossible. Time does strange things here, but dreams and radio signals can pierce the veil between the worlds. I catch glimpses and echoes of the world. Sometimes I send messages out. I can only pray that they hear them.
Das heißt, vielleicht tun wir gerade Barry, weil der Barry träumt ja das Ganze ja gerade. Weil er irgendeine Nacht-Springs-Episode sieht. Vielleicht tun wir damit jetzt, versuchen, der richtigen Welt etwas mitzuteilen. Also im Bereich des Möglichen wäre es auf jeden Fall. Dafür haben wir wahrscheinlich immer noch zu wenig, ja. Das Jagdgewehr sollten wir wahrscheinlich nehmen, aber ich weiß nicht, ich mag die Pumpgun. Oh oh. Wir rennen mal rein. Was kriegt man da? Entschuldigung, ich möchte mich noch kurz ausrüsten. Ups. Erstmal das Ding da verschieben. Nachladen. Sonstiges. Jawohl. Es ist alles so dunkel hier drin.
Find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be angry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Okay, irgendwo in der Mitte bin ich ausgestiegen. Muss ich ganz ehrlich... Wo ist denn benutzen? Ach, da.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness